Ethereum has been lagging this year. However, with its biggest overhaul since 2022, Ethereum seems to have woken up. It looks like the Pectra upgrade brought some new life into the second biggest project by market cap, and because of Pectra, Ethereum gas fees have even dropped to 9 cents. Over the last 30 days, ETH saw a 41% uptick, and now it's hovering between 2,400 and 2,700 again. There was even a 20% spike one day just last week, and Ethereum hasn't seen such a spike in over 4 years. So it looks like something is cooking again at Ethereum. Does this mean that Ethereum can outperform its closest competitors? Solana and Sui are waiting on the sidelines. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, Altcoin Buzz Alpha, and as always, not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. The Pectra upgrade is the largest upgrade Ethereum has seen in its 10-year history. The last upgrade before Pectra was the Denkin upgrade in March 2024. However, the Pectra update included 11 EIPs. These are Ethereum improvement proposals that change or improve the network. It's the largest upgrade Ethereum has ever had to date, and there'll be more updates in 2026. Pectra should improve the user experience, thus making Ethereum more user-friendly and efficient. For example, with the introduction of smart accounts. This means that your Ethereum account or wallet can temporarily access smart contracts. For example, it offers batch transactions where you can now swap, transfer, and mint an NFT with only one step. This reduces gas fees and offers a simpler workflow, as well as gas sponsorship, where you don't need to pay gas fees anymore or hold ETH to execute transactions. And then there's custom gas tokens. Devs can choose other ERC20 tokens that you can pay gas fees with, for instance with USDC or other ERC20 tokens, as well as alternative authentication. This introduces modern tech like passkeys and biometrics. There are a few more features, but these are the most eye-catching ones. Ethereum also optimized data availability for Layer 2s by bundling transactions, and this lowers transaction costs and improves Layer 2 scalability, and that's because of so-called blobs, or binary large objects. In a nutshell, they facilitate cheaper and more efficient transaction processing, and the Denkin upgrade introduced blobs. The Pectra upgrade then doubled the blob count per block. It allows 69 blobs per block, and the blob introduction reduced Layer 2 costs by over 90%. Pectra increases the number of blobs per block, thus reducing costs even more. The next upgrade, Fusaka, increases the number of blobs even more to 32 blobs, or a max of 56. And like Ethereum, Solana is a household name in crypto. It was the sweetheart of the last bull run by performing a 171x, and that's when it also got the Ethereum killer tag attached to its protocol. But in all fairness, I don't see only one Ethereum killer. It will be a combination of protocols and other circumstances. For starters, Solana held Accelerate this week in New York City from the 19th to the 23rd of May. That's their yearly conference. It was exciting, and there's plenty of news and updates from the Solana camp. Masari also just released her Q1 report on Solana, and here's some quarter-on-quarter metrics. The chain GDP is up by 20% to $1.2 billion. That's higher than the annual GDP of St. Kitts and Nevis, which stands at $1.13 billion. Their stablecoin market cap is up by 145.2% to $12.5 billion. The average daily DEX volume is up by 40.8% to $4.6 billion. Solana showed resilience by growing the DeFi sector, and despite the current and recent market volatility, Solana keeps delivering infrastructure upgrades. It also shows in the current Solana price development. The Solana price dropped after Pump.Fund came to an almost grinding halt, but is back on its feet. Now Solana won't do another 171x, however a target between $800 and $1,000 seems realistic, and that's a 5 to 6x from here. Now the Sui network seems to be the current favorite protocol during this bull run. At Altcoin Buzz, we like Sui a lot. So far, Sui managed to have the strongest comebacks after each dip. It looks like Sui's run hasn't even ended yet. At the beginning of this month, Sui had its base camp in Dubai on the 1st and 2nd of May, and that's their yearly conference. It was a massive success, and we saw lots of news coming out of Basecamp. You can read up on it in this article. I also compared Solana and Sui and where to put $1,000 if you had it in a recent video. And we also have this video on 4 Sui ecosystem projects, which you can check out, linked down below. Now, even with the Cetus hack affecting the Sui ecosystem right now, we expect this effect to be temporary. And for some great projects like Navi and SuiLend that are down since the hack, it's a buying opportunity. There's also some good cooperation going on between Solana and Sui. Sui has integrated into 2 Solana wallets, Backpack and Phantom, and the Claynosaurus blue chip NFT collection on Solana started a new collection on Sui, and that's the Popkins Unleashed collection. And although Sui has been labeled as a Solana killer, it seems they'd rather opt to work together, which is the better solution in my opinion. There's a lot going on at Sui, and it just keeps pumping out new updates all the time. And with the current Sui price around $3.50, a potential target of $20 to $25 is possible, which is another 5 to 6x. If ETH can make it to 10k, that would be amazing. That's about a 4x from here. Solana can do a 5 to 6x from here where it's at right now. And looking at all 3 market caps, I see the most potential for Sui. Now, it doesn't look like there's a clear winner, and there doesn't have to be. All three projects should have a good bull run, and I can see the biggest returns coming from Sui. However, both Solana and Ethereum should also do well. What do you guys think about these three projects? Let me know in the comments down below, and join us in our discussions on Discord next.